Have you ever considered a career in real estate? Well, in this video, I'm going to talk about why being a real estate agent is one of the best careers you could ever choose. And that's coming up right now. Hey everyone, welcome back to Freedom Agents. My name is Mark Brenner, and this YouTube channel is all about helping real estate agents be successful and helping them use that success to build a life of financial freedom. So make sure you subscribe because I put out new videos each week. And if you're a new real estate agent looking for a brokerage, or you're thinking about getting your license and you need some help, please feel free to reach out anytime. I have agents reaching out to me all the time to talk about being a real estate agent and joining EXP, and I absolutely love it. All right, so becoming a real estate agent, there are obviously a lot of preconceived notions that go along with that. Honestly, I don't think in the general public it's that highly regarded of a great job, but in my opinion, it is hugely underrated. I think it is absolutely one of the best ways to quickly generate an extremely high income and give you the groundwork and training to become a very successful real estate investor. So today I'm gonna go through my top 5 reasons why being a real estate agent is one of the best careers you could ever choose. Let's get into it. All right, first up, you have no boss. Now, a lot of people don't even realize this, but real estate agents are independent contractors. There is no boss to answer to, and no one at your brokerage is going to be checking up to see if you show up to work or do any kind of work. All they care about is if you produce income, they get a portion of it. But really what being a real estate agent is starting up your own small business. You are an independent contractor. You don't get a paycheck every week or every 2 weeks, and you don't have anyone telling you what to do. This is truly a job for entrepreneurs and people who want to build their own business. Now, this is not for everyone, and I am not denigrating a typical corporate or steady job where you get a paycheck every 2 weeks and health benefits. I think that is great for some people, but some people are just built a little differently and they cannot stand having a boss. They have an independent entrepreneurial spirit. And as one of those people, I can tell you, being a real estate agent is the best. I get to make my own hours. I can wake up when I want. I can literally do whatever I want at any time. I can go on vacation. I have complete autonomy. Now, the reality is, if you're a successful agent, you're going to be extremely busy and you end up working even harder than you would if you were at your typical corporate or retail job. But it's totally different because you're doing it for yourself, you're building your own business, and it really gets you fired up and energized to wake up each day and build something of your own. So in that way, being a real estate agent is truly unique. If you're an independent entrepreneurial spirit, this really could be the best job you've ever had. And again, I refer to it as a job, but it's not your typical job. It is a small business that you are starting. All right, my second reason why I love being a real estate agent is that there is no limit to your income. There is no ceiling to your income. You can literally make hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars. There is no limit. There is no one stopping you from selling and helping people buy more and more houses. And the most successful real estate agents make staggering amounts of money. I'm talking more than doctors, more than lawyers, really in some of the highest brackets, the top 1% in the entire world. Honestly, this does not get talked about enough. I can't think of another career where you don't have to go to college. You can simply take a 2-week course, take a test, get licensed, and if you have the drive and the knowledge and the execution, you can be making hundreds of thousands and eventually millions of dollars each year. Now that's absolutely amazing. If you think about our society, we value high-paying jobs like doctors and lawyers, which are very respectable careers that society needs, but it takes 4, 7, 10 years of college to get to those places. And in all of those scenarios, there usually is a pretty hard ceiling in how much you can make. So again, being a real estate agent, it's completely entrepreneurial and it will go as high and as far as you can take it. Now, the flip side of that, just to bring some honesty to this discussion, is that there is no floor to your income. There is no baseline for the amount of money you make. You do not receive a paycheck every week or every 2 weeks. It is truly a sink or swim business, and most agents who try fail. In fact, the top 20% of all real estate agents generate 80% of the total revenue among real estate sales. So if you look at it that way, it can be risky. There are no guarantees, and I would not say there is security in this job. But again, if you believe in yourself, if you're willing to put the work in and replicate the successful actions of high producers, you have the potential, you have the opportunity to be wildly successful in this job. And on a personal note, one of the biggest reasons I got into real estate sales was I was in corporate America. I was making about $50,000 a year, and I was looking at what the next step was and how much work it would go into achieving that promotion and that next step. And I realized I would have to work twice as hard, put in twice the amount of hours, and the end result would be a salary just under $100,000, which is a fantastic amount for a lot of people, but it really put things in perspective with all the work and the blood, sweat, and tears that you put in a typical job in America. The ceiling is so often too low for those jobs. And honestly, in my first year in real estate sales, I made more money than I ever had in corporate America. And by my second year, I was well into the six figures. Not to toot my own horn, but just to show you that it's possible. Again, this is about possibilities. It's about belief in yourself, and it's about the unlimited potential within you that is able to be unlocked with this career path. All right, my number 3 reason, and I've already talked a lot about it, but it's not a job, it's a small business. People think about a real estate agent much like they do, something like marketing or a manager or whatever your typical corporate job is. Real estate agent gets lumped in with that. But the reality is, it is nothing like that. We talked about some of the reasons already. You don't get a paycheck every 2 weeks, and there is no one looking over your shoulder demanding you be at a certain place at a certain time. It is 100% on you. You eat what you kill. And not only is that great for someone with an entrepreneurial spirit, but it really truly teaches you how to build a business. If you're successful in this career, you have to force yourself to learn about systems and routines and leverage and networking and all of these foundational skills that are needed for a successful business. And it really is like the school of hard knocks. You can go and pay thousands of dollars and get into debt and go to college, or you can do it yourself and learn by trial by error, research, read books, get mentors, and really get your hands dirty and learn how to build a small business for the ground up. Not only will that reap massive rewards for you within that business, but it will create the experience and the framework to replicate it. And that is what Freedom Agents is a lot about. It's about creating multiple businesses that run without you, that provide you cash flow so that you can have a life of financial freedom. So being a real estate agent is not a job. It is a small business. All right, my number 4 reason for absolutely loving this career is how much of a deep impact you get to have on people's lives. I mean, think about it. Buying or selling a home is usually a person's largest financial transaction of their life. You're talking about typically their biggest asset, hundreds of thousands of dollars either being spent or trying to be collected when you sell a house. So these are very impactful, important decisions that you get to play a role in. And honestly, it's a very important role, as someone who looks over the contracts, controls the timelines, does the negotiating. It really is in your hands to make sure your customers are taken care of and that there is nothing harmful that comes out of the transaction for them. You are their protector in a lot of ways. And if you do a good job, they are eternally grateful for your help. So you get very deep connections and often deep relationships out of this career. It's extremely satisfying. It's not just simply one-off transactions or selling something to someone that they don't even want to buy. It really is a deeply personal and important process in people's lives, and you get to play a central role in it. It is deeply satisfying. And the other part of that is it's fun. I mean, my day is made up of showing people homes, going on listing appointments, helping people sell their home for the maximum amount of money possible, connecting with people in my sphere of influence, and providing value. I say this honestly, nothing I do feels like work, mainly because I don't have to do any of it. I know all the work I put in is into myself and something I own completely. It gets me very stimulated and excited about this business. And yeah, are there some difficult parts of it? There's some stressful parts of the job, but I never dread waking up or dread doing some work I have to do. And honestly, that's the biggest difference with this career and so many other jobs. How many jobs have you had when you were looking at the clock constantly, just biding your time, killing time, wasting time until you could clock out and go home and do what you want to do, Monday through Friday, waiting for the weekend? I mean, how many people in America do that? You probably do that, and I don't blame you because I've done it for years. And the alternative here is being an entrepreneur and making your own hours and putting in work when you want to put in work, and having the freedom to make decisions, to take a break when you need to, or to put in more work if needed. It's a completely different paradigm. It's a completely different dynamic. All right, number 5, my last reason why I think real estate is a fantastic career is it is a great foundation for real estate investing. And this ties in really well to what Freedom Agents is all about. And as this channel develops, we're going to talk more and more about real estate investing. We're going to talk about Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and cash flow quadrant. We're going to talk about moving from an employee and a small business owner to a real business owner and an investor. And being a real estate agent is a fantastic foundation for success in real estate investing. I mean, think about it. You get extremely familiar with all the different types of contracts you see each day. You become a local neighborhood expert. So if you live in an area that's good for investing, you have a huge leg up on the competition just given your market knowledge. You get to develop your negotiating skills each day. You get to build relationships with people who are buying and selling homes, which is very important for real estate investing. And as an agent, you can represent yourself, which means you have the right to collect the commission that the seller offers to the buyer's agent, which in the case of you buying an investment property would be yourself. So what could this mean? Well, typically there's 3% offered to the buyer's agent. So you can either collect 3% of whatever the sales price is at close. So you're literally getting a paycheck at close, and you can apply it to the loan balance or put it in your pocket. You can also use this as a negotiating tool. If a seller has 2 identical offers, but I tell the seller, I will forego my 3% commission, well, I'm way more likely to get that under contract because the seller is saving 3% and netting the same amount if they had taken the higher dollar value with the traditional commission. So between the day-to-day experience, the negotiating, the connections with people, and the deep dive in your knowledge about the market, being a real estate agent creates an incredible foundation for real estate investing. And again, I'm going to talk more about real estate investing, but I think it's one of the absolute best ways for you to become financially free and become a wealthy person. And every agent I talk to, I tell them, if you're a real estate agent and you don't own real estate, and if you're not interested in real estate investing, I don't know what to say to you. You're missing out on historically the single biggest and best wealth generator in American history. I mean, if you go through the history of the wealthiest people in America, there are very few who didn't have some involvement in real estate investing. And that is not a coincidence. So I absolutely love being a real estate agent. There are so many more benefits that I'll talk about in the future, but just not having a job, being your own boss, having it be an entrepreneurial position and creating your own business, having a major impact on people's lives, having the opportunity to make massive amounts of money right away, and creating an incredible foundation for your knowledge and experience in a real estate investing. this is just the best career ever. And that's why I made that video. It sounds funny to say. People have all kinds of crazy perceptions of a real estate agent. It's not a highly regarded position in society, but in my opinion, it really is entirely underrated and not valued the way that it should be. So if you've been on the fence, I would highly recommend you continue your pursuit in getting your real estate license. Give me a call. I love talking about this stuff. If you want to talk about how to be successful as a new real estate agent, what brokerage to join, we can talk about all of that. Give me a call, shoot me a text, write me an email, visit my website, whatever you got to do. I love talking about this stuff. So thank you for watching. Those are my top 5 reasons why being a real estate agent is one of the best careers you could ever choose. Make sure you like this video and hit subscribe. I am going to continue to crank out multiple videos a week that just simply provide you value with no charge and no strings attached. So I hope you enjoyed that. My name is Mark Brenner. This is Freedom Agents, and I'll see you next time.